It's very good that you're aware of that because that means that you're not necessarily in denial of the situation, but you're more so focused on all of what you've done to get you to that particular point and all the things that could happen if it were to be taken from you. So I say that to say to stay encouraged and to stay focused on the very reason why. Knowing your reason why you started doing this, knowing your reason why you've put so much work into getting to where you desire to be is key to staying true to the path, because you will be questioned, self-doubt will fester up. There's going to be a lot of things like my wife was mentioning as far as opposition that's going to try to discourage you, but staying true to your cause, knowing your reason why, and I guarantee you there's nothing more stronger than that. Greetings and welcome to Tea Vybz Tribe Podcast. My name is Amaru and this is my wonderful wife, Shana.
Thank you, handsome. And we are Our Essence of Serenity. And again, this is our podcast where we like to sip tea and invite you to the table to have various conversations with us. Would you like to tell them what we're sipping on today?
Yes, today we are sipping on orange and spice, and it is a herbal blend. And we'll have the benefits in the description down below.
Yes. And over here as well as the ingredients, right? The different teas that are mixed in.
Yes, it's good.
Good tea for the fall time. So, would you like to tell them what we'll be talking about?
Yes, so today we're going to be discussing something that I feel as those who are on that path, and you know exactly who you are when I speak on this, on an individual standpoint, you are at a particular place to where things are happening in the sense of everything that you've spoken into existence is now coming into flourishing. So with that being said, because of this dynamic shift that is taking place in your life, you are now at a point to where it's almost like you're at a crossroad. And what I mean by that is it's like you see the destination because you're that much closer to where you've always desired yourself in being, but there's so much opposition. There's so many things that are trying to deter you from getting to that particular point. So I simply am saying this to say, don't be discouraged, to keep going, simply because there's a duality to everything. So the very fact that you're getting that much closer to where you're trying to be or striving to be just lets you know that you're almost there.
Yeah. And a lot of times, it can more so be it can be mental. That can be where the opposition comes into play. Is mental. And when I say mental, we can question ourselves, question if we're ready. And that to me stems from one being the unknown. It's like you don't know what's ahead. And it's not so much that you think that it's something that's bad that's lying ahead, because what we're talking about is more so from a place of it's something that you've always wanted, and now that the opportunity has presented itself, it can be a bit overwhelming. You can, and even in noticing more opposition, but at the same time, even you being able to see past that opposition and know that this is what's meant for me right now, and it's a great thing. So it could be the unknown, and it could also be when it comes to the mental, it can be overwhelming because all you've known for X amount of time is the situation that you've been in, whatever it may be, the career path that you were on. For some people, it could be that you may be going through divorce, or you may be about to get married, or you're stepping into parenthood, and it can be a thing of I'm so used to not being in that place. And even though depending on the situation, it's a good thing, and I say that when it comes to when taking into consideration of divorce, But it's a thing of it's overwhelming. You ever had something really good to happen for you and it got to be a bit overwhelming? It's like, oh my God, like all of these great things that's happening at once and having to adjust to it. So I think that's something that some people don't take into consideration and that some people don't talk about, because all we know is, oh, this amazing thing is happening for me, and I'll feel kind of bad saying that, oh, I'm overwhelmed, or I'm starting to question myself when it comes to this new path that I'm on. So
I believe if you're at that point, it's very good that you're aware of that, because that means that you're not necessarily in denial of the situation,
yeah.
but you're more so focused on all of what you've done to get you to that particular point and all the things that could happen if it were to be taken from you. So I say that to say to stay encouraged,
Yeah.
and to stay focused on the very reason why. Knowing your reason why you started doing this, knowing your reason why you've put so much work into getting to where you desire to be is key to staying true to the path, because you will be questioned, self-doubt will fester up. There's going to be a lot of things, like my wife was mentioning, as far as opposition, that's going to try to discourage you, but staying true to your cause, knowing your reason why, and I guarantee you there's nothing more stronger than that.
And thinking about what it would be like if you didn't progress, like
Right.
if you stayed in the situation. A lot of times we think that it's our comfort zone, but really your comfort zone can be so uncomfortable when you think of how being in that place is impacting your entire life. Have you ever had, like, I guess something happened to whereas it was a good thing, but either the adjustment phase was difficult or it was just overwhelming because it was just so, like, I guess, magnificent?
Yeah, I can say that when it came to finally reminding and remembering who I truly am,
Yeah.
when, transitioning from that past I came from and knowing my truth, knowing what my essence really feels like without it being tainted or being affiliated with something that goes against my very purpose in existence, to be in the midst of that and to finally acknowledge the fact that this isn't necessarily just a part of me. This is, in a sense, what ties me to my ancestors
Yeah.
before me. That ties me to those that I'm spiritually connected to in this realm, to those that I love and care for.
Yeah.
Like, there's just so many things that just shows how connected and integrated we truly are when it comes to being true to yourself. Because if you live a life based off of something that isn't of you, or based off of image or being in character mode, you can never really say that, oh, I'm here because of this situation, because I know it's because of who and what I am, not something I'm just trying to be.
Yeah.
So I believe, and I'm still on that journey as to how profound and how mind blowing it is to know what it means to stay true to self and the benefits that come with that.
Okay.
Yeah. What about
I
yourself?
see. I have, and I would have to say more so this year. For those of you who don't know, we've spoken about it, but we really didn't go in detail. But it was the beginning of this year. We had to more so, I guess, look at the bigger picture. And it's like, at the time, my husband and myself, we were both working. But a year ago, we were told that whole dynamic would change and that it would be meant for me to stay home, and more so with us both still working on it, but more so having more time to work on the business, and get other things to fall into place that we've been trying to manifest for years, and even finding out as recent after me leaving my job that there were so many other reasons why. But that was a bit overwhelming because, don't get me wrong, my job was very stressful, but it was more so having to it was stressful, but that wasn't more so why I was relieved and leaving my job. it was because I knew that what we were about to embark on was and is taking off. So at one point that did get a bit overwhelming, because it's like, man, what we've been talking about and what we've been manifesting is here. And we're in the midst of it. And it's like, oh my God. So at one point it did get overwhelming, but for me, and this can also be a suggestion for someone else, and not necessarily just something that's centered around a career change, but just whatever in life, is making sure that you include time to take a break away from that thing that's great that's happening, especially if you're at a point to where it's overwhelming. And I'm not saying take years off or take months, but even if it's saying, you know what, on this day, from such and such time to such and such time, I'm just going to even if it's you just resting, going to the park, going to the movies, reading, doing something that you enjoy, to whereas it's like you're getting it's weird to say getting a break away from something that's amazing. But not so much getting a break away from that, but being able to still feel like you're connected to certain aspects of yourself that you were prior to such an adjustment having to take place, if that makes sense. And then that can also play into you more so leaning more towards the excitement of this new change that's happening versus the overwhelming aspect of it. So at this time, we're going to let y'all hear a word from our sponsors, and then we will be right back. This video is sponsored by Tea Vybz, which is a holistic line created by Our Essence of Serenity. The Relaxation Butter is a moisturizing butter that is infused with catnip. Catnip is known to provide a calming effect and aids with skin irritation. Our Relaxation Butter also has shea butter, which is known to aid with stretch marks, dry skin, dandruff, prevent cell damage, enhance skin texture, and more. We've also included oils such as jojoba oil, vitamin E oil, and more. Not only is our Relaxation Butter beneficial for the skin, but it's also beneficial for the hair, as it reduces split ends, makes the hair shinier, and provides moisture to the hair. To read more about our Relaxation Butter, be sure to check out our website, www.ouressenceofserenity.net, under the Zen for Vibes tab.
And we are back. So to go back to what you were just mentioning, as far as, taking that time to step back, I find that very beneficial, and I strongly agree.
Yeah.
Because at times we do need to recalibrate ourselves. We do need to remind ourselves of, where you are now in this moment compared to where you were. Establishing that appreciation of, I've been through some things and now I prevailed. And because I prevailed, it's time for me to, give me some time to celebrate. Give me some time to acknowledge and reflect, and even deflect things that no longer suit you now in this new moment that you're in. There's a lot of things that you can do when it comes to just stepping out of that overwhelming means of wherever you've reached in your journey, and just truly put a milestone within that moment to let you know and remind you that I've come this far and there is no going back. I need to keep going. I need to keep striving towards the very thing that I know, way beyond belief, way beyond faith, but knowing that you deserve it.
And just, I agree. And just also taking that time just to enjoy the break away from everything, not processing anything, not thinking about your next move when it comes to, this blessing that has just been placed in your life. But just like I said, just enjoying yourself, just enjoying your time, not thinking about work, just being in the moment of having fun. Like I said, if that's going to the movies, for women, getting your nails done, what's some things that men I don't want to leave the men. Give them one suggestion.
I mean, it goes along the lines of treating yourself. I mean, something that you like to do. I mean, as far as shoot, with me, bro, like what do I like to buy things but such as this. This is one of the latest jewelry
Creations,
pieces,
yeah.
latest creations that I
Yes.
have put together. And it's all started with a thought. And then pretty much I have a way of coming across certain things, and I know I'm going to be using it for a particular reason. And then it eventually accumulates over time. And then once I get that final piece, it's like, okay, now it's time for me to get back in that workshop. And this was the latest creation that I had made, and I'll be putting a video out on what this is about. But it's more of an ancestral dedication to Turtle Island, and those who are truly in tune with the land know what I mean by that. But I will actually use this as an example or an analogy towards this very subject that we're on. It took a while for me to realize all the things that people would see in me as far as greatness rather, and the things that I've achieved. And one thing that has helped me be more aware of that very acknowledgement is me finding that within myself. So the analogy is sometimes you just need to sit back and look at your exhibit. You need to look at your canvases that you've painted and put so much hard work and love and energy into, and just be amazed at you. Acknowledge the things that so many people see within you, but within yourself. And let that, what you get from outside yourself, support what you've already factored in and established within yourself. So take time to see all the things that you've done in your life, and you'll be amazed at what is to come, because it's always room for improvement. There's always room to be able to achieve more. So yeah.
And just remembering that the situation that you're transitioning out of into this new era that you're entering, at one point there was a transition phase going into the phase that you're leaving. And just kind of reflect on how you were able to get through that. Even if it's like, well, you know what, I wish I would have done this different. So now you have that opportunity to do things a bit different. Or if it's something to where you were like, oh yeah, I forgot that this helped me transition into this phase that I'm transitioning out of. So just remember that it's not your first time being in a place of having to adjust. But now what may make it different is the magnitude of, don't get me wrong, all blessings count, but the magnitude of this blessing that that has now been bestowed upon you, that you've been manifesting, whatever the case is. So yeah. So is there anything else that you wanted to add?
No, I feel as if we touched on it. We just hope that these words, we know that these words are going to reach somebody that's going through something in this very moment. And if you needed further confirmation that you're in alignment and you're on the right path, this is it.
Agreed. So at this time, again, like we did in our last podcast video, which you can go and check that out. That was our Halloween celebration that we did, where we told scary stories and we decorated a pumpkin. But at the end, we just thanked our new subscribers. We thanked everyone that tuned into our videos, that share our videos, that like them. We've gained a lot of new subscribers since we've started our podcast, and I know that plays into us being more consistent with our content, and we enjoy showing up every week. I can only speak and hope that when you watch our videos, you get something from it, because there is a message in every video that we do. And we hope that you feel loved when you sit down and tune into our channel, and even sit with us at the table and drink tea. So at this time, we would like to invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like this video, share this video, because like I said, there's a message in every video that we put out, and you don't want to get in the way of the universe being able to convey this message to whoever you feel led to share this video with. Also, comment down below if some of y'all have how can we say it? If you've had some new blessings to enter your life, if you've reached some milestones, share down below so that we can celebrate with y'all as well. Also, be sure to check out our website, www.ouressenceofserenity.net, where we make high vibrational handcrafted jewelry. We also have more pieces, not the same piece as this, but my husband has other amazing pieces that he's created. We also write blogs, so you can check those out. We also write blogs. I said blog. We also write blogs, so you can check that out. Also, you'll be able to check out the product that was sponsored in this video under our Zenful Vibes Holistic tab. Also, follow us on Instagram and TikTok. What else? I feel like I'm missing something.
While you do that, I just want to give my baby a shout out for going over a year with her intuitive messages, her videos. Yes. And I bring that up to say that we are going through some dire times right now. Yeah. So if you ever need some clarity as to what to expect, definitely check out our recent one that we just posted.
Thank you for that, sweetness.
Of course.
Thank you. And also, we will be doing, just like we did a Halloween celebration, we will be putting something together to do for y'all for Thanksgiving, because we typically upload our podcast episodes on Thursdays. And so we'll actually be uploading an episode on Thanksgiving. So be sure that you tune in for that. So go ahead and subscribe now so that you can be notified when we do that. I feel like I'm missing something. No, because thanks to my sweetness, you went ahead and mentioned the intuitive messages, and I thank you for that. Is there anything else that I'm forgetting?
You mentioned the newsletter.
Oh, okay. Make sure, yes, thank you. That's what I was feeling. Make sure that you subscribe to our newsletter. When you go on our website, subscribe. We will be running a Black Friday sale, and that will be 40% off everything on the site. So that will be our biggest sale of the year, and only those who are subscribed to our newsletter will be able to partake in that. So at some point, the closer and closer that we get to that Black Friday sale, we will be making sure that we provide all of our subscribers with the discount code. So make sure that you partake in that. That will be for our jewelry pieces, as well as our holistic products. So, like I said, the biggest sale of the year, and any sale that we run as of now will only be for our OEOS tribe members. And how you become a tribe member is by subscribing to our newsletter, and that's it. It's free. You even get a special gift when you subscribe. So, hey, look, you can't beat that.
Win-win.
So, until next time, you all take care. And what do they need to do, sweetness?
Trust your process.
Yep.
Trust yourself. And stay lifted.
All right.